Hey, how are you guys doing? So today is October the 9th on a Thursday. I'm gonna show you my losses for today. And I'm pretty much gonna record this and journal it because, well, I really do want to avoid this problem because I think I've had it sorry, happen to me multiple times. So pretty much coming to the session, let me turn on my executions. Oh, actually I'm in paper trade, so let me log out of that real quick. Um, so pretty much coming to this morning. I was pretty bullish. I wanted to see a good reaction of this 4 hour gap, which we have marked. I'm pretty sure we're gonna mark out real quick. So this one, and we're gonna mark out might as well this one or this one. Sorry, but pretty much. So I was looking for longs over here before we closed on the 10 a.m. candle. I reversed that 4 hour, so there was no reason. That's why I was gonna pretty much wait and get out. But I did like this inverse and this take of PM low yesterday, which is why I was like, okay, I'm going to want to enter either here or here. But I did see ES actually take out that high before we went lower. As you can see over here, we took this high because this was going to be my break even. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to take out my order and then place it later and maybe wait for a sleep like this and then maybe a confirmation to go long over here. But we never got that. But if we did, I would have took that long, but we didn't. And it sucks because I got filled automatically as soon as that high on ES got taken. It took it out on NQ, which is quite unfortunate because I would have never lost $350, and that's a lot of money on this funded account. I thought it was gonna be $300, but I guess it wasn't. I got automatically filled for a loss, which sucks. I would have lost at least $500 in the day, which I would be comfortable with any day, but I did lose an extra 150. But hey, I'm not gonna crash out, and I'm gonna keep my composure this time because I'm unfunded, and I am not going to try to lose all my money and blow up my account again. Even if I have to go do it for a whole month, 2 months, I don't care. I'm not gonna blow it up. I'm just gonna try to control my losses. I am gonna set a limit as we speak. I'm gonna set a stop loss so we don't ever ever go below or above a 500 $500 loss. So to do that, we'll go over here. As you can see, $654 loss on the day. Quite unfortunate. Um, we go to risk settings, daily loss amount, and we put it at $550. Wait, we'll put it at 500. Yeah, $550 I think is perfect. Let me see because normally I do take a trade with either $200 stop loss or $300 stop loss. And um that sounds about right for two trades. So 550. I can't set it right now, but after tomorrow in the morning I'm gonna try to set it up because well I'm already exceeded the amount of 550, so I can't do that right now, but that's what I'm gonna do. And you're gonna see me only take loss. My maximum loss is gonna be 550, not 650. I'm not trying to lose another extra 100, which is doesn't sound as much, but it's in a funded environment, and my drawdown is only 2K. So yeah, this could have been avoided. I could have been on a $500 loss, and then as you can see, I did actually want to take shorts over here, and I maybe should have because we still did have a good draw of liquidity. We have the indicator on, as you can see. We did take out London, but we still had this midnight or New York PM low, lunch low, and New York low, which is just too far for it to reach. But this New York lunch was pretty good take profit over here because I did want to short over here. Originally, I was gonna short this and put my stop loss right there. And this could have been, let's see, if this would have been my break even the lunch, and I would have targeted it probably 2R because the fill of this 4 hour gap is just too much. So I think that's how I'm gonna start trading if I ever do feel like, um, targeting imbalance fill. That's the only thing that I would ever target, or the 50% of this, which could also be a good TP. But for now, I think I'm just gonna chill and not take a trade when we have two imbalances. Well, and we're just, or not even when we have two imbalances, just when we have a bunch of imbalances on the higher time frame. Like I said, we had one here, we reversed that. We had one here, we touched it, but then we didn't go lower. We just retraced, and that's it. But the one thing with the retracement is will never know which one. is more powerful. This one we could retrace and go back up high, or we could have done it in here, or we could go retrace in this one and then go back higher. But we don't know which one to use. I obviously would prefer to use this one, but that's just too low for me to even take a trade, and that's why I preferred either this one or this one to see a reverse, which is why I was like, okay, we aren't really getting any good confirmation to go long on the higher time frame. So I'm going to go short after I saw a 10-minute close on this inverse fair value gap over here. So I was like, okay, I like that. And same thing with the 5-minute. We had it open. I wanted this to stay open and not inverse, which unfortunately it did. And which is why I got stopped out. Because as you can see, I was over here. After I saw it accumulate, I should have maybe probably exited out. Honestly, I could have maybe waited a little bit more. I believe I was in macro time. Yeah, I was in here at 11:40, so that's not a bad time for me to usually take a trade. I usually take a trade 11:40 to 11 macro time 11:50. But other than that, I think either one of them, either one, I think I would have honestly, I don't know, chat. So, what do you guys think? Because we just ranged. It was not even a good draw of liquidity targeting imbalance fills because, well, honestly, it's just too much, too many points, and the main draw isn't really to go lower because we don't have any excess liquidity, and everything is high resistance because this day we expanded, and when we expand, that usually becomes high resistance. So that's why, like, I feel like if we're in between multiple imbalances, a target, the imbalance fill target is not the best choice. So I think honestly, I'm just never gonna trade on environments like this, especially we are above, multiple FEGs and we don't have a clear main draw liquidity, which is why I was kind of bullish because I didn't want us to retrace lower. But I did expect us to do that when I was considering taking the short, but I honestly didn't know where I would take my take profit. I might have ended break even. I might have ended just over trading and revenge trading. I don't know, which is why I feel like I'm just not gonna trade in these conditions whenever this appears. And as for this one, I was break even because I did like the CSD over here, and this 5-minute inverse. We had a 5-minute inverse, which is what I lined up over here, and as well as a 10-minute or a 15-minute. I believe it was 10-minute. Yeah, 10-minute inverse as well, which is why I was like, okay, I think I'm confident. But we displaced over here, we closed below, so I perfectly got out, and it's good that I did that because I managed my risk. My stop loss was originally here, and I would have been stopped out, so I would have lost like $800 probably on the day. And then like I said over here, I took that loss, which I was okay with. You know, it wasn't the best setup, but I think if we did want to go lower, this should have worked, but it obviously didn't because of all the imbalances. So, like I said, I think I'm just not gonna take a trade because we are just ranging between highs and lows, and we're not even taking them any important lows to go higher or any important highs to go lower. Um, but yeah, chat. That's pretty much it for today. I just pretty much recorded this video just to journal for myself and to journal what I wanna, learn and stay avoidant of these conditions because I don't want to take trades like this where I don't feel confident of the main draw liquidity because I always usually find a good draw like almost every day. But today I didn't even know where we were going for shorts wise. Longs, I liked this New York high, and I don't think we would have reached this London or Asia high because I think it's still too high, but I did definitely think we could go at least to these New York AM highs, which is why I took this long originally, and which is why I also took this long after, we set these lows and rebalanced up with the FAG on the 4-hour CE touching it, forming structure, which is why I took this long and got out of it early after macro time ended. And I'm glad how I managed my risk on this. I'm pretty proud of it, to be honest. And as for this, it's just I was just wrong, so can't do anything about it. But all I can do is learn from these market environments and move on and go forward. But other than that, that's pretty much all I did. I took a $650 loss on the day, and I'm gonna still follow my plans tomorrow, and that's about it. So let me know how you guys did, if you guys did good or bad, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.